Good morning, gremlins, and welcome to the third vlog of Halloween-A-Thon. So this one is super themed. I am only going to be reading vampire books in this specific vlog, and we will be starting with one of my favorite franchises, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Behold the mug. It's very cute, very fun. I like the handle. I'm also wearing a Buffy shirt that says, if the apocalypse comes, beep me. So I have this on. I am going to take a sip of this coffee. It is early. All right, that should give me the energy to finish this intro. So yes, every book that I will be reading is vampire themed, and they do fit prompts for Halloween-A-Thon. So I have 4 prompts that I wrote down left still, and these finish out those prompts. Now I may be doing some more reading that's not from the original prompts list I selected. I haven't decided yet, but these 4 will complete it. Now, I'm only going to show you 2 of the 4 so far. But we're going to be starting the vlog with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Coyote Moon, and then following it up with Night of the Living rerun. So these are books set during season 1, and I did find them at my library during a library book sale a while ago. They were both like $1 quarter, and I thought, why not? I do have some other Buffy books, and so does Krista. Krista was very into the Buffy fandom when it was on TV. She was, oh, what was it called? Terraholic? She was like a big deal. She did a bunch of conventions, like she went to a lot of stuff. She did like, she would play Tara in live readings, like she did a lot of stuff. And so she has a ton of Buffy stuff. And I just thought it would be fun. I saw these, I was like, oh, that'd be great. And then I can make time to watch at least a couple episodes of Buffy. I do really want to watch the Halloween episode from season 2 and the Halloween episode from, I believe, season 4. With the frat house. So my goal is to read these 2 and then at some point watch the like 2 Halloween episodes at least. I know, so today is Monday. It is a football day. There will be a football game on today that we're watching later tonight, but we might have time before that to watch some Buffy because I can watch those even if I haven't finished these yet. So we'll just see. I may wind up slowly making my way through these and watching that later in the week. Really don't know. There is no plan. But I'll be reading those 2 first, and then I have 2 other vampire books that I will reveal to you after we've gotten through some Buffy reading. I don't really have beyond like, oh, we're going to watch the associated thing. So one of the other books does have a movie tie-in. So I do plan to watch a movie, and we may watch something else for the 4th one. Haven't decided yet. No plans. I'm just kind of going with whatever I want because, oh my gosh, it just like, it does not feel like October at all. It is so hot. Like, it's supposed to be in the 80s today, and it's already hot this morning. Like, my office is hot, and I have hot coffee solely because I wanted to use that cup, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And I'm like, it is so hot in here. I don't know. I mean, I do know. It's, you know, climate change. But, like, it is so annoying that it is so hot. And, like, it's hot everywhere. Like, it's not just where I am. Everywhere is, like, warmer than it's supposed to be right now. So I'm just like, it is unpleasant. I have so many sweatshirts I haven't been able to wear. The only tiny positive is if you didn't know, I am doing, like, a scare actor thing, just on the weekends for fun. And we're in a greenhouse. And because it's been warmer, it doesn't get cold in the greenhouse. So, like, I don't freeze while we're doing stuff. But, like, I should be cold. Like, it should not be this warm. Like, I do not understand it at all. I mean, again, I do. I'm just irritated that it is happening. But yes, so after complaining about the heat, which I think I've done in every video because it's just been overwhelmingly too hot, I have books to read. I do not know when I will get to read these, in all honesty. I have a little time before work, that's why I'm filming this. And then during lunch, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing because I'm supposed to be getting a package today. I did not buy anything. I like am getting something that is like a prize. I am very excited and I want to know what it is. You probably won't get the unboxing, but I'll like show you what it is afterward. I'm not going to get into details. I know that's so vague and probably very annoying, but like there's a package that's supposed to come today that is a prize that's from this like coffee contest. I'll tell you it's coffee related. And I'll like show you when it, like after I've opened it and stuff. Yeah, so that's happening today, but that'll be during lunch. So like, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to read. Maybe a little. I normally try and like make a little time, but yeah, it's a goofy day. Because 1, it is like 80 degrees, and 2, I'm just kind of doing as I please. I'm very ahead in my Halloween-A-Thon reading, which I did not expect. This will go up much later, but like it is still early October. Like it's very early. Like I expected to be finishing my Halloween-A-Thon TBR like the last week of the month. No, it is far earlier than that as I'm recording this. But the first book we will be reading is Coyote Moon, which involves shapeshifters and skinwalkers. So that'll be fun. This one has a carnival. That's why I picked this one up. This one sounded really cool. I'll just give you thoughts when I'm done. These season 1 tie-in books are very short. Also, these were not based on actual episodes. The books, there are some about episodes, from what I remember, but a majority of the books are set like within a season or a prequel or something like that. And they like reference things, but they're their own independent story that was never an episode, just in case you've never read a Buffy book before. And there were a lot of them. There are so many of them. I know we have at least like 15 in there, and that's like a very small amount. I used to go to Half Price Books and just like walk through the like Buffy Angel section because they had so many. But I'm gonna attempt to keep cool while drinking hot coffee, and I will fill you in on coffee package and Buffy book things when I can. So be ready for some Halloween-A-Thon fun, gremlins. Talk to you later. Hello, my dear gremlins. It is so warm. It is basically Halloween in Sunnydale at this point. I managed to finish Coyote Moon, mostly during my lunch break, and it's a little bit after work at this point, but I did manage to finish it. Big cough. Okay. So you're in the office because it was easier to set you up, admittedly, and it's still warm in here. I also am kind of like trying to keep my window open a little bit longer so it like airs out, but we did dog stuff and all that jazz. Anyway, oh, dogs, nice segue. But before Krista and I went out to go and do errand stuff, I did want to fill you in on Coyote Moon, and now my favorite. So I have read a number of like Buffy adaptation books. I already mentioned that. This one just like wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, I guess. So there is a creepy carnival in here, but the carnival setting is more to tie into this like Wild West thing they start talking about. There are skinwalkers, shapeshifters, not really. They're skinwalkers, which is very different and involves like actually having the pelt of the animal. I just like wasn't super into it. Mostly because, like, Buffy felt weird in this, like, the writing of her. She kept saying Wiggins, which I know she does say in the show, but, like, she said it so many times. And then, like, the way she spoke was just odd, and, like, the internal thoughts they had for her. Like, Buffy is, in season 1, still very into, like, looking kind of like the perfect high school girl, but like the tone of her in this was weird. Giles behaved uselessly, which was so strange because Giles is more helpful in the series. They also made a reference to Buffy having like a stomachache and cramps, which is more from the Buffy movie than the Buffy show, when like the supernatural arrives, and it was just like odd. Like I just wasn't super into it, which again is not really the book's fault. It's just like, I thought it would be more creepy carnival, and it was more Willow decides to try and make Xander jealous, because this is when Willow still has a crush on Xander, because it's season 1. But like, she tries to make him jealous with this carny because he is into this other carny named Rose, and I'm just saying carny because that's what they call them. I don't know if that's like an appropriate term, really. I think you can. Some of the words I will not use, because some words I was like, that's not correct. But like, they're carnival workers. Like, Xander gets with this girl who wants to give him a tattoo, and like Willow decides to get with this guy named Lonnie, and like they're mostly just like together because they're consistently invited on double dates, and like Buffy doesn't come, but she's like, they're weird, like don't hang out with them. But neither one of them cares, and like Xander was even more annoying than like I anticipated. Like, he was extra annoying, and like Willow acted oddly very dumb throughout this, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So like, I just couldn't, like, it didn't feel like the show characters. Like, sometimes it did a little bit, but like they just felt very dumbed down from like what even season 1 versions of them are. And then like the plot wasn't that interesting. Everything literally tied up in 2 pages, and I was like, what is happening here? Which is so strange because I've read some of these that I really liked. Now again, this is from 1998, so maybe they were still like adjusting, or like weren't really sure of Buffy and the characters at that point for some of these adaptations. I don't know, especially because this isn't based on an episode. This is totally imagined by this writer. But like, I just was not invested. Like, I was like, this is kind of dull. And then, like, this skinwalker thing then resulted in talking about another, like, they were skinwalkers because there was a man who was like a cowboy show person who learned the ways of skinwalking and had a number of pelts. And I'm like, but how did they get the other pelts? Like, did he train them on how to get pelts? Like, what? Why? Also, someone turned into a dog, which I was like, does that mean you killed a dog and like took its pelt? Like, I don't like any of this. Like, I'm not a fan of any of this. And so, like, it just was not for me. Everyone was kind of dumb. Also, they said a Dairy Queen existed, and I don't think there's a Dairy Queen in Sunnydale. I could be wrong. If you're an avid Buffy fan, please tell me if there was a Dairy Queen. I don't remember. But he has them go to Dairy Queen. And I was like, what? So not a fan. I know this fulfilled a prompt. I don't remember what one. I know it does. I'm glad I paid $25 for this. Now, the next one, I'm hoping I like better. This is by a completely different author. I read his author bio to begin with, and it was humorous, which is a good sign. And I read the dedication in the front, and it was also humorous. So I'm hoping this is just like a fun time. I don't know. So this is Night of the Living Rerun. And I will tell you that the little synopsis at the top says a history lesson, and then we're gonna skip the part that describes the Slayer. But the basis of this is Buffy starts dreaming about slaying, and then Xander and Giles start acting weird, and this is Master focused. So if you haven't watched the series, the Master is the big bad for season 1, and this does seem tied to him specifically. So I'm hoping it's good in that they're using the big bad instead of like just a Monster of the Week aspect. It's like Monster of the Week but tied into the big bad villain. So hopefully I like this more. Hopefully. It's not super long either. It's 178 pages, which is really not that bad. And I'll probably read this during the football game tonight. The Coyote Moon one, because I wasn't super into it, during lunch I read a hunk of it because I was just like, okay. Admittedly, I read a little faster than normal because I just like started not caring about some of it. So while I did read it, there was also a little bit of skimming going on, which I don't actually feel bad about because the plot just wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't really about the carnival. It was this very weird, like, history of skinwalkers, and it just like was not what I wanted. But yes, so Night of the Living Rerun is next. Hopefully I like that one more. I think this is from the finale. This photo, I think I know the episode. Like, this is a very iconic outfit of Buffy's. But yes, so we have that one. Next, they pick an outfit, like they just pick a scene from a season 1 episode to use as the cover because, again, these don't exist as actual episodes. So I do like that they picked that one because it is more Master focused, because it's when Buffy, I believe, yeah, it is definitely the finale. But yes, so that'll be next. And then if I finish that one during the game, I'll start another one, but I feel like maybe I'll only read this one during the game. I don't know. And I'll see if Krista's up for watching Buffy tonight. Maybe I'll hold off and see if she wants to watch it tomorrow, because I know there's the game tonight. We have errands we have to run, and I'm making us very late for errands because I was like, oh, I need to finish this, and then I want to film an update. So it's gonna set us back time-wise. And then we have some stuff we do want to watch that's actually like on like new episodes of stuff that are out. So we'll see. I am going to definitely watch those Buffy episodes before this vlog is over, but it might be tomorrow. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Oh, my finger is so swollen. This heat is driving me nuts. My like 2 injured injured fingers are really swollen today because of the unprecedented heat for October. But here's hoping the Night of the Living Rerun is good, or at least better than the last one. I feel bad because like I get it's like inspired by a TV show, but like it's frustrating when you read one that's inspired by the TV show and the characters just don't really feel like the characters in the show. Like, it just felt so bleh. Like, everyone was just dumb. And I was even giving Xander, like, extra dumb because he had a crush on a girl. So I was like, oh, Xander is sometimes extra dumb. But I was like, Buffy and Willow are both also being kind of dumb. And Giles is useless. So, like, what? So, not my favorite. Anyway, I will talk to you later, Gremlins. We have a bunch of stuff we gotta do before football. So I will talk to you later, probably in the morning, maybe tonight. We'll see. I don't know yet. But yeah, so I will talk to you later, Gremlins. Good morning, Gremlins. I was going to sing. My throat hurts a little. My nose was so runny last night, which is probably TMI, but now my throat's like, bleh. But I'm gonna have coffee in this very fun vampire blood mug. It's one of my favorite mugs. It's huge. And yeah, I will talk to you upstairs because I'm gonna take this up and fill you in on the Buffy book and the next book that I'll be reading. So see you upstairs, Gremlins. Hello, Gremlins. We are back upstairs, I have this giant cup of coffee. I have not had much of it. My office is so stuffy. I'm gonna have to set up my fan, I think, which it is October 7th. It is so hot. I know I'm posting this even later in October, so maybe it's less hot by then. My goodness. Oh. All right, so updates. I finished Night of the Living rerun, and this is perfect because I know I picked this for old technology, and Buffy uses a payphone like 3 times, and there's also a reference to Willow's like faux laptop thing, so definitely fits old tech. So in this, Buffy starts having dreams about a Slayer who is named Samantha Kane and lived during the Salem witch trials, and then she's having these dreams. They're very detailed. We're also getting slight insight from the Master, who is like talking to minions, and he's like saying random things about how he's like going crazy and like so tired of being underground. And we're also getting that Giles starts having dreams, Xander starts having dreams, like everyone is having dreams except Willow, but don't worry, Willow will have one. It's just not as it's crucial to the tie-up of the plot, I guess. But like everyone starts having dreams about different characters, though again Willow feels left out because hers doesn't happen until after all the action. And they're all about someone from the Salem witch trials. And on top of this, a bunch of random like paranormal investigators show up in Sunnydale. Like, it's so strange, there's nothing here. I'm here to investigate her. I talked to a ghost in a seance and now I'm here because she said to talk to you. And they're like all talking about how they like think it's strange they haven't heard anything, or they're like hear about a cursed artifact. So Buffy's mom is doing a show at the like Sunnydale Art Gallery. It probably has an actual name, but that's what I'm calling it. And at the art gallery, she's showing something called like Vivi or something by Vivaldi, the Moon Man, and it's believed to be cursed. And it all ties into like the ceremony that has to happen. And I just was having the best time with this one. This one was great. So much stuff happened. There were zombies, there were possessions, there were training sessions with Giles and like research moments, and Willow doing fun stuff, and Xander being Xander. And like it just was good. I really enjoyed this. Buffy was also very good in this. She was written very well, and I was just having a fun time. The writer of this one, whose name is Arthur Byron Cover, I think did a great job. He really emulated like how the show felt, and he like amped it up because it's a book, so you can do stuff they wouldn't really do in the show, which is like tons and tons of zombies show up, or like things are flying all around, there's a giant rainstorm. Like there's so much happening in this, and it was just a lot of fun. I would recommend this if you like Buffy and you can track it down, because I was having a very fun time. I also enjoyed the Master's little interlude sections. I just all around was having a wonderful time. So highly recommend. And it does fit the prom perfectly. I knew at some point Buffy would use outdated technology. The first one did too a little bit, but this one really, really ramped it up. So the next book in this vampire themed vlog is going to be interesting because it doesn't really tell me much. It is Underworld Blood Enemy, which is a prequel to the major motion picture Underworld, but I believe this was released after the first movie. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, in 2004. So I don't know if it takes into account any of the lore they used for the eventual prequel movie they made, because there is a prequel movie that did exist, and I don't know what this is covering. There's no dates on the back. It just says, for untold centuries, a secret conflict has been waged between 2 immortal rivals, the vampires, I'll leave off their description, the werewolves. Throughout history, the clandestine war has been fought in the shadows of the mortal world, and the seeds of this destructive conflict were sown long ago when a courageous Lycan dared to lose his heart to a beautiful vampire princess. So maybe it does? I don't know. And like, now do I have to watch this one and then the prequel one? I think I can convince Krista to watch the one with Scott Speedman. Well, one of the ones with Scott Speedman, because he's in the first one and the second one, but he's not in all of them. And then I could watch the prequel one just when I have time, if I can find it. I own it on DVD. I just don't know if it's like streaming anywhere, but I could watch the DVD. So yeah, I don't know. We will find out. They're street cleaning today. That's gonna be a joy. A street cleaning cart just went by. But I am excited for this. I loved the Underworld franchise growing up. I was obsessed. I watched the first movie a ton of times. I own all the movies. I even went to see the 4th one in theaters. Like, I am very into the Underworld movies. And so I'm very excited to read this. I'm just like so curious because I don't know. It could be beat for beat the actual thing, I have no clue. I have no idea. But I will be reading it, so we shall see. Like, I just don't know. I have no idea. But I will talk to you later, gremlins, when I have an update. My coffee box is supposed to come today, finally, sometime this morning. But I'm gonna like not film with you. I'll just show you what comes in it during my lunch. But I'm gonna have to like do an outfit change for that because I'm wearing a Hex Girl shirt because she's vampire-ish. But I'm not gonna wear this for the unboxing. I have a coffee shirt, like a specific shirt that says coffee weather, and there's very stuffy up here. So definitely getting my fan on, and getting better situated for the day. I have a feeling based on, because I started setting stuff up this morning and I having some fun little tech issues I'm gonna have to deal with. So I'm gonna go. I will talk to you later, gremlins, and I definitely need a fan. It is so stuffy. Maybe it's gonna rain. It looks rainy. Maybe it'll rain and the like stuffiness will abate. But I will have coffee updates for you and eventually Underworld Blood Enemy updates for you. So talk to you in a bit, gremlins. Good morning, gremlins. I did not talk to you at all yesterday after work because I was just too bleh. So as my workday progressed, I started feeling worse. Like I just started feeling like really stuffily. I was gonna say stuffy and sniffly. You can kind of tell still, like I feel like I sound congested. I am still a little bit, but I just like did not feel well. So Krista had court, so I like went on the couch and I was gonna read, but I made tea, so I was like trying to drink the tea, and then Krista was able to come home to get dinner and she was like, why don't you just go upstairs and lay down? So I did that. I laid in bed. I eventually made more tea, so I drank a lot of throat coat tea yesterday, and I just like felt gross. Like I didn't feel super well. I don't feel 100%, but I feel better than yesterday. I don't know. I don't think that I'm worn out because I was able to get like sleep over the weekend, but I think some of it is like the weather's been super weird. Like it's been like hot and then cold and then cold and then hot and then progressively hotter, and like it's just been weird. So I think I've got just like a end of summer, since it's already supposed to be fall, like into fall cold because the weather took so long to even get to one solidly fall day. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. If I still don't feel well closer to the weekend, I'll probably like go to Quick Med or something. It's just like I'm stuffy, which is annoying me. But even though I didn't feel great, I was able to read a little over halfway through Underworld Blood Enemy. So I did read the author's like note thing in the back, like acknowledgements, and he did talk to like the creator of the original Underworld movie to write this, to like get his backstory on like characters so that would be correct going into the book. So we get a now, which is set in 2022 or 2002, and a then, which is set in 1202, and we're technically in like the same area, just different years. And in 2002 we are following various characters. So we followed Celine. We like on a mission at the beginning for the Death Dealers. If you haven't watched Underworld, Celine is on the cover and she's like our main vampire who is a pretty big deal death dealer. She hunts werewolves for the vampires pretty consistently, and she's not really one for like romance. Like she just wants to do her duty and be like a good member of the coven. And then we meet some other characters who are in the movie. So like we meet Craven, who is a werewolf, I believe, and then what is his name? He was just in this section. What is his name? What is his name? Maybe not. No, Craven isn't a werewolf. I'm losing my mind. It's fine. Craven is a vampire who is very into Celine. That's what it is. And then in 1202, we're following Lucian. And Lucian is the head of the werewolf. Sounds weird, but he is like a pretty high up werewolf. And in 1202, the Lycans is what they're called. They are either killed or used as labor by the vampires. So he has been raised in like the castle, the coven. So he's definitely like, oh, I'm just a Lycan. Like I can't really have anything. I just serve the vampires. And we're following him right now, but he loves Sonia, who is a vampire, and the two of them have like now like mutual feelings for each other. This is covered in the movies, but like Sonia is a vampire, and she is the daughter of Victor, who is an elder, and like she's definitely not supposed to be with a werewolf. No vampire is, but like she really shouldn't be. And so like that's very tricky for them because they know they can't be together, but also they want to be together. It's a very like Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. And then So that we're following that in 1202, which the 1202 stuff is very cool. It does remind me of Rise of the Lycans, but we're doing more traveling. So like they're like going between castles and we get to see an awakening ceremony, because in the Underworld universe, there are only 3 elders and they can only be awake for 100 years at a time. So they like rotate, and we're with Marcus and Victor has just been awoken. And then what else? So like we're following vampire drama, also Lycan drama, but it turns out in 2002, we're also still following Lucian, because the big thing is that all the vampires think Lucian is dead, and in the Underworld universe he actually is not dead, and that's like the big, like, he is doing stuff and like they have to stop him. It's like a whole thing. It's a lot of movies to like try and boil down. Again, I have probably spoiled some stuff just in explaining this book, because like it's a prequel, but also the prequel is key to the other movies, so just know that we're following a lot of people. But Lucian's section in 1202 are really, really cool. We haven't really spent a lot of time with Celine. She was in the first section. She wasn't in the Next Now section set in 2002, but we were talking about her. And we're back in a Then section. So I think we'll get Celine again, but we're really focusing on Lucian and like what led him to be the head of the Lycans the way he is, as opposed to still working for the vampires, because the vampires no longer keep Lycans, they are at war. So like on the back it talks about the war, and so like this gets into like why they hate each other, but also like they didn't used to hate each other. The vampires just used the Lycans for their own benefit and like killed ones that didn't obey. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. I also really enjoy the Underworld movies, so this is a very niche, like if you liked Underworld you should definitely read this, but if you haven't watched Underworld, everything I'm saying does not make sense to you. And on top of that, you're probably like, Catherine, I think you've just explained 3 different movies and a half, kind of. But I'm just really enjoying it. Also, I still don't feel that great, so like I feel better, I do. But like I'm sure my brain I feel sluggish, so I'm just kind of like, ooh, yeah. But it was very enjoyable last night because I was having a nice time. I like didn't feel good. I had a fun book. I played Bob's. I got to watch Halloween Baking Championship and Halloween Wars, which is always nice. Tonight I have convinced Krista that we should watch Underworld, just the first one. I'm not gonna make her watch Rise of the Lycans too. Rise of the Lycans as well is what I meant. There's not 2 Rise of the Lycans. But I was like, oh, we should watch the first one because Scott Speedman's in it and she likes Scott Speedman. So I was like, we can watch the first one. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna watch Buffy Halloween episode in season 2, which is that one just called Halloween? And then the one in season 4, Fear Itself. Because I really like those 2. So that's the plan for tonight, because we don't have other stuff to watch. There's no football tonight. So my goal is to finish this a little bit before work, like read some before work, and then read a little during lunch, which is gonna be tight because I also need to run out during my lunch break really fast to do some stuff, really quick stuff. I'm not like, we're seeing how this goes. If I still feel bad, like Thursday night, I'll see if we can get me some things. But I think I'll be fine. I am feeling better. I do need caffeine though. I think I'd feel less sluggish if I got caffeine. So yes, coffee. Oh, I need to show you my coffee anyway. All right, give me a sec because I gotta prep the coffee pot and then I'll show you, because I did get my free coffee yesterday, my first bag, and I like filmed a little video thing for Instagram, but I didn't show you because I was like, I don't want to film. So I will get the coffee pot, well, machine set up, and then I will show you the bag of coffee because it's very themed and it's perfect for this outfit, and I just need to find a matching cup and I need to put some water in it. So please hold on, I'll be right back. Hello. Okay, I'm behind you and I'm gonna try not to cough because my nose is like running enough that's making me cough. But this is my first bag of coffee. It's pumpkin creme brulee. This is very cute scarecrow with a crow, and he's drinking a cup of coffee. Like, this is so cute. I had some yesterday and it's pretty good. I thought the pumpkin flavor was kind of tame, but it did taste like creamy. So it's possible that because my nose is stuffy, I just didn't really pick up on it. I am using this very cute pumpkin cup. I used it for the reel yesterday that I was filming, and I was like, oh, it's too perfect not to use. I had another cup I was debating about, but this one is too perfect. So I'm gonna grab this and just enjoy this fun pumpkin. It says it has pumpkin pie flavors and creamy vanilla custard notes. So, I mean, it's possible that I didn't really get pumpkin because pumpkin pie, but I did still enjoy it. Like, the pumpkin just seemed kind of light, but I was comparing it to this coffee, which is like wildly pumpkin spice. And if this is supposed to be like a mellower flavor, then that totally makes sense. Also, this is not their blend. That's a different coffee. But I'm gonna grab this and head upstairs. Also, I think I need to blow my nose. So I'm gonna do all those things. And I will talk to you later when I have a book update for you, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. It's the end of the workday. between this morning, during lunch, even though I did have to run that errand, which went very quickly, which was good. Errand, and then like getting back to work, all that jazz. I was able to finish Underworld, Blood Enemy. I really, really enjoyed this. So it is different from Rise of the Lycans, but it is still giving us Lucian's backstory, and parts of it, like the overall aspect of it, are the same, because it's that Lucian is trying to get revenge against Victor for Sonia's death. That is like always the big overarching, like, this is why I'm doing this. But in this, we learn like way more of the details. We also get introduced to more of the Lycans that Lucian knew, and then like the newer Lycans that like join him, though that is also interesting. But there's a character, so there's kind of a mystery in the now sections where someone has attacked. It was in the first section and it carries over, but like someone attacked the Death Dealers and the Lycans, and they don't know why there would be a random person, and Celine is trying to figure out who it was, and then Lucian winds up kind of caught up in this, but he and Celine do not cross paths at all. But the reveal was very cool, and I was like, oh, that's very interesting, but I know that does not happen in any of the movies. So this was very fun. I would say you would still want to watch Rise of Lycans, because it does its own thing, it expands on other stuff, it changes some things up a bit, just because this was written well before that movie came out. So while he did get insight from the like person in charge of the overall plot of the Underworld movies, who like was like plotting it out and figuring stuff out, they like hadn't drafted that movie yet, so some of it would still be different. And in a book you can do more extreme stuff, so there can be larger battle scenes, there can be more traveling, there can be larger spaces to inhabit. So I do remember in Rise of the Lycans there's still a pretty huge area, so that did tie into this, like that I kind of pictured from the movie in here for certain spots, but we get more like vampire strongholds than in just that movie. But I did enjoy this. This is definitely something you should read if you've actually seen the Underworld movies. At least the first one, but I feel like, because it's designed knowing that the first one is out, so you should really watch the first one before you read this, or you will be very confused. The Lucian part could almost hold its own, but because we introduced Celine and some other characters, like, you could read it, but I feel like you wouldn't have as much enjoyment without watching the movie. Also, I feel like most people don't pick up a novel tie-in, like a tie-in book to a movie series, without reading the book first. I would be curious to read the actual Underworld book, because it was written by the same person. Like, he said he did that one too, but I did really enjoy this. This was a fun time, and I'm excited to watch the movie tonight. Now, I know I won't be reading anymore today, but the next book up is Camilla, which I read Camilla every year, so I always reread this. And the reason behind that is I was obsessed with the web series Camilla when it came out. I was like super into it, super into like all of it. Like, I was very immersed in the Camilla fandom for a while. And Camilla is in part how I met Krista, because I went to ClexaCon, the first one in Las Vegas, because Natasha Negovanless and Elise Bauman were going to be there, and they're the leads of the web series. They play Camilla and Laura, who are the key characters in the Camilla story and in all the adaptations of Camilla typically. They were going to be at this convention, and at the time it was believed that there would be no more Camilla. They had finished the 3rd season, and I was like, well, if I don't see them now, I'll never see them, because they're Canadian. Like, all of the Camilla web series was in Canada, and so I went to Las Vegas on my own. I went traveling for the very first time by myself, and then Krista was going for Splashly, which is south of nowhere, slash Girl Trash. They're not called that in Girl Trash, but she was going for that because she had never seen them at anything and she wanted to go, and we met at ClexaCon. And so I have kind of been rereading Camilla every year, just as like a fun, like, oh, it's Camilla, and I'm like very nostalgic for it and have very like sentimental thoughts about the Camilla fandom and like how Camilla brought us together. I will be reading it. I don't even know, I've read it so many times, I don't even know anymore. There are also some like audiobooks on YouTube that you can listen to of Camilla being read. I don't know if they're licensed or anything. It just like, I found one on YouTube one year. I do believe there's an Audible original, because Audible does a lot of like classics. But I think you could find a number of audiobooks of Camilla if you wanted. But yeah, so I'll be reading Camilla again. I'll recap you probably like at the end of reading it, because I'll probably read it some tomorrow morning, maybe during the football game, I don't know. It's a novella, so it's not very long, and I can probably knock it out pretty quickly.
especially because I've read it before. But yeah, so that'll be next. But tonight we are doing Underworld and Buffy watching because I think that'll be really fun. So I will talk to you later tonight, gremlins, when we are comfy and cozy and watching stuff. I'll show you tiny clips, maybe what we're having for dinner, what we're drinking. I may drink some wine to be fancy. But yeah, but I'm gonna go because I mean it's after work, so I would like to get out of my office and I'm gonna get changed into cozy clothes. And yeah, so I will see you for movie / TV night, my dear gremlins. Underworld time! Underworld on DVD. Okay, now we're watching Buffy, but the dogs are here and it is unbridled chaos. So just know this is season 2, episode 6 of Buffy. Halloween!
Chloe!
More stuff. Now we're watching Buffy. We did watch my favorite episode already, which is season 2, episode 6, Halloween. And now we're on to season 4, episode 4, Fear Itself, in which Willow is dating Oz. And Buffy is dealing with the fact that that guy right there is a douche. Alright, gremlins, gotta go.
Excuse me, but who the hell are you?
Carmilla, I'm your new roommate, sweetheart.
Okay, behold the mug right there, mug over there. And we're gonna bring you very awkwardly to mug twin time, mug twin time. Alright, I'm gonna go back to doing stuff, but I need you to know that I was mug twins with Laura. Hello, gremlins. It's my lunch break, and Krista surprised me with coffee from Chrissy Beans, which is like my favorite local coffee shop, and it's supposed to be a pumpkin creme brulee. It's like the same name as the coffee that I got in that box, and I really wanted to try it. So let's see. That is really good. Though, I'm gonna have to drink it pretty slowly. So I haven't done any reading. Like, I didn't read before work. I don't know if I'm gonna read during lunch or not. I still am not like 100%. I am feeling better, but the problem was, so like, I'm such a dope. Yesterday I had some wine while we were watching the movies, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. But because I already didn't feel great, the wine made me feel sick this morning. Like, I woke up and I just was like, oh no. So I still kind of have a headache, but that is also sinuses, so like it's a combo thing. And I didn't even think I drank like a lot of wine. Like I probably had a little bit more than I should have. But normally I'm totally fine, but for whatever reason, I think because I am like sick-ish, and because I took some cold medicine this morning and it like added, like I have to take some meds for like my asthma and some other stuff, and like my stomach was just like so upset this morning because like I had pills on an empty stomach, and so I grabbed a thing of Pop-Tarts and I was like very slowly eating Pop-Tarts. I've eaten one Pop-Tart over the course of the morning, but I just like did not feel well, and I'm feeling better. My nose is still a little stuffy. I'm not coughing as much, which is good, and the headache just hasn't really gone away, but I'm just a dope. I should not have had wine. Like, I should have had a very tiny amount because I didn't feel well, instead of being like, oh, I'll be fine, I'm fine. Yeah, no, it was not fine. I still obviously had work, and thankfully the morning stuff was not too bad. So I was able to like slowly eat, do my stuff, like pick at the Pop-Tart, drink some coffee, drink a little water. So again, I'm feeling better, and hopefully I can kick this by tomorrow, because like it's slowly going away, but just like, ugh, and I definitely did not help myself. So I just like was not in the mood to read. I was like, I am just going to very slowly like get ready for the day and like lay down for a couple minutes and then like get to work. So yeah, so that was the morning. Again, feeling a little sick, and then made it worse on myself because I'm such a dope. But yes, so the coffee is good. I'm probably gonna actually put it in my TARDIS cup because it's already in here, because it matches Laura's cup. So all I've done so far is just like I play stuff in the background while I work. So I've been just playing Carmilla the web series in the background. There is an audiobook for Carmilla the story, like the novella, and I could just like put that on, but I wanted to put the show on for a little, so it's been on. It's not wildly long. I don't know. I've seen it so many times I don't know that I'm gonna like watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna keep it on for a little while. Though, again, I am going to lunch. I told Krista I was just doing a quick update thing. So, oh gosh, I had my hands in my pockets. But I am wearing a Camilla shirt. This is like official merch. It says, you can't really see it, but it says Camilla at the bottom. There's a lot of cookie eating in the episodes. So they did like the phases of the moon with cookies. And I bought this ages ago. But yeah, so that's really just the update. I haven't really read anything. It was really fun watching Underworld and the Buffy episodes last night. So I did really enjoy that. That was really fun. We haven't done like a marathon-y movie night kind of thing in a little bit, just because it's football season and I've been busy because I have the haunt. Like on the nights that we normally would watch movies, I've been gone. So yeah, it's just been hard to like fit in movie time. But yeah, so I'm gonna go probably eat some oatmeal is the plan, because I was telling Krista like I feel better but I don't want to try and eat anything exciting. So I am gonna make some, it's pumpkin spice oatmeal, oddly enough. It doesn't really taste like pumpkin spice to me, but I bought it and I'm gonna eat it. So I'll do that. I'll at some point have an update for you on like actually rereading Camilla, the novel, and then we'll like go through the checklist stuff for the prompts that these fulfill. But yeah, so I'm gonna go, but I just thought I would let you know, no reading has occurred. I've just been like playing this, doing work stuff all day. Nothing wildly exciting for you. I did get some clips when like my mug matched, when Camilla got introduced. The web series is on Kind of TV if you want to check it out. It's set at a university. So you're at Silas University instead of like a castle in the middle of nowhere. And the setup of this is Camilla has been sent to be Laura's roommate, and to like, and while all this is going on, Camilla is supposed to be helping get helping with a larger plot involving missing girls. So it is a bit similar to the novel, like the character names are the same, or some characters have had their names slightly tweaked to be in the story, or they've like added a couple people. But it's very fun. I love this web series, so like if you like Camilla, I would check it out. Just keep in mind it is 11 years old, possibly 12 years old at this point, so like it's not like the most newest web series in the world. So just keep that in mind when you watch it. I really like season 1. I've seen season 1 a bunch of times. There's also a movie, but you have to like have watched the web series to watch the movie. The movie is on a number of streaming platforms from what I know. But I'm gonna go eat, maybe lay down for a tiny bit, and then head back to work. So I gotta go. I will talk to you later, gremlins, about Camilla, probably the book. We shall see. Hello, gremlins. Lighting's gonna be a little weird, but we just finished running errands, and I have finished Camilla, which I know I didn't really describe to you, but really all you need to know is that Camilla Karnstein, who appears to be a young woman, is left in the care of a man and his daughter. The daughter's name is Laura, and Laura and Camilla build like a connection with each other. And because this is a book from a long time ago, aka, it actually says when this came out, was published in 1872, they dance together, they say some very like endearing things to each other, but there is no like scene where they're like intimately together exactly, because 1872. But this is a very good vampire story. It gets into vampire lore near the end, and there are discussions of reasons Camilla does some of the things she does. I love this. Like, this is just like a great story. It's so short, but has so many good lines. Like, this time I actually went through and like actually tabbed some. So like, where is this one? Yeah, this one, it just has good lines. Like, I cannot help it. As I draw near to you, you in your turn will draw near to others, and then the rapture of that cruelty which yet is love. There's also, but to die as lovers may, to die together so that they may live together. And then this one's a good one. Where is it? Yes, very a cruel love, strange love, that would have taken my life. Love will have its sacrifices. So like, it just has really good lines. The setting is great. I highly recommend. There is a more recent adaptation of this story called Camilla and Laura that is very good and pretty steamy. So I definitely recommend that one. Hungerstone is technically an adaptation. I don't know. I feel like that one doesn't feel as Camilla-y to me, but that's not the book's fault. It's just like how I perceived it. Also technically, oh gosh, what is it? An Education in Malice is a Camilla retelling, and I really like that one, and that has some spicy stuff. I need to redo that audio because I have it. So this is actually the last book in this vlog, and I'm about to eat dinner, so I thought I would just like tie this up. This is very good. I just really enjoy this every time I read it, and it was fun to have the web series on during the day. But let's pull this up. We're just gonna do prompts as best I can while showing them to you. So let's see. 4. Oh, stuff's just falling out. The bottom prompt down here, Edgar Allan Poe. Is it gonna focus? It might not because I'm in frame. Sorry if it doesn't. Oh my gosh, so much stuff is falling out of here. So for Edgar Allan Poe, I read Camilla because that was like gothic, I think. Then for Fear Street, I did Coyote Moon. I do not remember. I know that these fit together. These are all on this side. Da-da-da. Maybe it'll show you. For VHS, I did Night of Living Rerun. I know that was tech. Unsolved Mysteries was Underworld Blood Enemy. And that actually worked out because there was a mystery in there. So I've actually finished all the prompts. Oh, it got like super dark. Okay. I don't know what's going on. There we are. There we are. I've actually finished all the prompts that I picked out for this. Sorry, I didn't realize it got like so wildly dark so fast. But that is all the prompts completed. Now I am going to do another Halloween-A-Thon vlog that is going to focus on a specific book. Oh, I'm so hungry. My stomach just growled. On a specific book, and I will post that either before October ends or first week of November. I don't know yet. But yeah, so I've completed the official prompts, but I do have another Halloween-A-Thon vlog coming. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. We watched some stuff, we read some stuff. I had a very fun time. I love a vampire moment, but I'm starving. So let me know how your Halloween-A-Thon is going. Sorry for weird stuff in this end clip with lighting and all of that jazz, but let me know how your Halloween-A-Thon is going. Have you read any of these books? Do you have suggestions for books like them? Any vampire recs you'd want to suggest to me? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe. And I'm gonna go eat my autumn squash soup. So I will see you in the next one, Gremlins. Bye. Oh, and Instagram, Cliff Glover After. Same as the channel. Anyway, see you in the next one, Gremlins. Bye.